Ladies and gentlemen, Founder and Chief Executive Officer of Skift, Rafat Ali.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. And welcome to the 4th annual Skift Global Forum. And welcome to New York City. This is our year 4. And it's incredible how, year 4 of the forum, it's incredible how far we have come so far. We have about 1,100 people. I think the microphone is going in and out. Okay. We have about 1,100 people that are going to be here for the next 2 days. And we have CEOs on stage. We have presidents, COOs, CMOs, chief strategy officers, chief creative officers. We have ministers. We have restaurateurs. We have chefs. We have it. And besides the 1,100 people, some of the stats are up there. People from 40 different countries, which is incredible. And there are about 600 companies that are represented here from all parts of the travel industry, which is just very, for us, that's the biggest thing, is to bring different parts of the travel industry together in a way that has not been done before. My wife and kid are here as well. My son, somewhere here, 2.5-year-old toddler, is the first time he's seeing me speak on stage. He won't remember it, but certainly I will. So it's a little bit special for me. We are also live streaming parts of it on the homepage of Yahoo Finance, which means that potentially hundreds of thousands of people around the world are watching me right now and will watch a bunch of other sessions as well. You can go to skift.com/SGF17 to see where all the coverage is happening. So over the next 13 minutes or so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little bit of where we are as a company 5 years in. What do we have planned for you, the travel industry, in 2018? We're also launching a new theme, a new filter, a new way of looking at the travel industry, which I'm going to talk about. And then I'll talk a little bit about the logistics of the conference. Sounds good? All right, let's get into it. So about a month and a half ago, we celebrated our anniversary, 5 years. I think nobody can ever accuse us of being lazy. We do a lot. We do a lot because we believe that this industry's size, heft, and importance deserves a lot more than has been done in the past. So that's why we do a lot. We started with 3 people. Now we're 43 people. Next year we have 20 more hires, and I tell my CFO that, and he gets a heart attack when I say that, but that's what we have to do. So this is what we mean by doing a lot. We have 10 different products in all parts of the travel industry, and beyond travel, we're now moving into the business of dining. I think some of you already know what we're doing there, but my co-founder, Jason, is going to be on stage later today to talk about what we're doing in the business of dining. We're trying to do what we've done in the business of travel in the business of dining as well. So last week, we launched our first ever app. I know it's 2018, it's almost 2018, and we're excited about launching an app. But at the start of the year in 2017, we said 2017 is the year of the Skift subscriber, which is people who have deeper relationships with us, subscribing to our research reports and all kinds of other things as well. So this is an app that's a subscriber-first app. If you are a paid subscriber, then you can get all the reports that we do. You can get early access to Skift stories days before everybody else does, and all kinds of other stuff too. If you're a free user, you'll still get tons of value out of it as well. You can get the last 24 hours of news on it, but that's pretty much it. We're doing a lot in 2018. I'm already in 2018. 2017 is over for me. So we expanded into Europe this year. We're going to expand into Asia next year, both in terms of editorial coverage, and I'm going to talk a bit about that later as well. We're going deeper into some of the subjects like luxury travel, corporate travel, meetings as well, documentaries. By the way, I don't know if you know, we launched 2 months ago this documentary unit of the company called Skift Lens, and we launched our first ever documentary. If you Google Skift Lens, you'll be able to get on it. It's on Barcelona and over-tourism, so we'll do a lot more next year. And obviously, we're doing a lot more in research. Skiftex, which is our branded content studio, that does incredible work. So these are the 4 forums. As if 1 forum is not enough to kill us, we're going to do 4 next year. So obviously, Skift Global Forum here, almost the same dates. We are moving our Skift Forum Europe from London to Berlin next year. We are also announcing today and tomorrow in more detail that we're going to Asia. Skift Forum Asia is going to be in Singapore next year. So that's big for us. We're going to have Singapore Tourism Board, who we're working with. They're going to be on stage tomorrow to talk about that and a few other things. And we're launching a new kind of conference called Skift Tech Forum on the West Coast, focused on enterprise and B2B tech and travel, coming out of our research division. So watch out for that. So why do we do these forums? So these forums are a distillation of everything we do. What it does is it brings together these big rallying cries, and if you heard me speak before, you've probably seen these phrases that I say a lot, which is travel is the world's largest industry. It also now is the geopolitical center of the world. So let's start acting like it. That's the big message that we try and push again and again and again through Skift. Trying to bring you big themes on how to look at travel today and travel's place in the larger world. One of the themes we've been talking a lot over the last year is over-tourism. It's a term that we coined, and we can't stop talking about it because we talk about it a lot on Skift. And it essentially is the increasing tourism in a lot of destinations around the world. This summer was the summer of over-tourism in Europe in so many ways. And we're going to, over the next 2 days, ask a lot of people on stage about how they're trying to wrap their heads around it. So while tourism is increasing, there's a divergent thing that's happening, which a term that we coined that we're introducing today called permanxiety. So this is the age of permanxiety. Permanxiety is this constant state of anxiety that exists in the world today as a result of all that's happening, whether it's all the stuff that I don't have to tell you, but terrorism, privacy wars, racial tensions, Trump and all the stuff that happens there, extreme weather and how all kinds of changes that are happening in the world. So much so that permanxiety is now the new shared cultural experience in the world. It's the new sociological condition that we as humans, all of us, share now. This is a great quote. This was from an essay in the New York Times earlier this year. It's difficult to tell where our anxiety disorders end and where news begins. This obviously is very true, and it sums up everything. Permanxiety doesn't exist in a vacuum. Married to the hyperconnectivity that we have, all of us have this thing in our pockets. I don't right now. But all the things, this powerful thing that you have in your hands, in your pocket, married to them being weaponized through the social platforms that exist, and then you have this permanent frenzy around the world. How many of you this morning checked what our president tweeted this morning, some semi-racist thing I'm sure he said, right? So travel is where all the permanxiety show up in a concentrated form. Again, a list that a lot of you in the travel industry know very well. Whether it's what happens at the airports, what happens on airlines, especially some of the US airlines, what happens at some of the tourism landmarks. A lot of, obviously, terrorist attacks have happened, banning of laptops, banning of humans. That actually happened the day before. And so what is travel's role in this age of permanxiety? Are we just an antidote? Because that's how we've marketed ourselves over the last few decades. But can we be sitting in this sensory deprivation tank? Is that what travel is? Or, remember what I said about travel being the geopolitical center of the world? Can the world's largest industry be disengaged from the world that we exist in? Travel's promise meets travel's responsibility. So that's what I mean. This was the permanxiety We came out today. You all are the first people to get this magazine exclusively. This, we think, is the first package of its kind talking about traveler anxieties and how traveler expectations are changing in an age of permanxiety. It has a lot of first-person essays. I have an essay in there about traveling as a Muslim. A bunch of other essays are there. We also have covered how different parts of the travel industry are responding to the changing travel expectations as well. So a lot of effort has gone into it from the editorial side, from the design side. I hope you really like the design of it. We put tons of effort in it. The second part of it is, of the magazine is all the program of the forum. So if you want to see the timings and the speaker bios and the workshops and the sponsors and the Wi-Fi information, all kinds of stuff is in there. So speaking of permanxiety, what to expect today? It'll be intense. You'll be exhausted. I'm already exhausted even though I don't show it. But it'll be the best creative brain food all year. Promise you that. Our goal is to inspire you, the travel industry, about the creative and business possibilities about the future of travel. That's the whole goal of the Skift Global Forum. Speaking of food, load up on carbs. You will need it. You need tons of energy. There's lots of food. Actually, compared to last year, the breaks was so much better. The food this year here in this venue is a lot better. I'm sure a lot of you were there at the other venue. These are our sponsors. Oh, lots of them. They look amazing on the screen. So we love our sponsors. We have worked with a bunch of them over the last few years. Skiftex, which is our brand studio, does amazing work for them to reach the travel industry decision makers. If you want to be part of that, talk to us. I want to thank all of them. If you do, please go meet them. They're outside. You'll see them at lunches, dinners, et cetera, et cetera. If you do business with them, tell us so that we can write about it. There's a mobile app for the forum. Very simple. All this stuff is already there. I want to thank Jordan Tourism Board for sponsoring it. The Minister of Tourism for Jordan, Lena, she's here. She's going to be on stage later as well. Thank you for your support. And it does everything that you think an app will do. It's actually very easy. Most of the event apps suck. This is actually a really simple app and does all the things you think it will do. The new thing that we have is every session, almost all sessions will have a Q&A at the end of it, unlike some of the previous forums that we have done. And the only way you can ask questions is either through the app. As every session goes on, you will see the session come up. There's a moderator that's going to moderate those questions as well. Or you can go to Slido. Some of you, if you've been to many conferences, have probably used this service called Slido, sli.do, on your mobile browser. Enter the hashtag Skift Forum, and you should be able to get to it. Wi-Fi, which I heard in the morning was not working, but we're going to try and figure it out. If any technical people are hearing this, can we just try and make sure that the Wi-Fi is working again? The phone signal is pretty good, but the Wi-Fi is sponsored by the Points Guy. It's not their fault. The Wi-Fi, if it's working, not their fault. I want to thank Points Guy for sponsoring it. I'm a big fan of Brian Kelly and what they've done with TPG. Once you get connected to Wi-Fi or you're using your phone, use the hashtag Skift Forum, one word. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever else you use, please do that. As I mentioned, we're live streaming on the homepage of Yahoo Finance, finance.yahoo.com. There is a full live feed, which I'm not supposed to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's a private live feed that we're going to make public. It's finance.yahoo.com/live/Skift. So everybody can watch it. Now they're probably, if you add all the people that are going to watch over the next 2 days, it's probably going to be a million plus, etc. There's a Skift Lounge, which is the place where you can recharge yourself, your phone. There's an idea wall up there. There's a bunch of interesting questions. You can write the answer and put it on the idea wall. So you can go there. There's a lactation room available for if there are any nursing mothers. If you need it, ask one of the Skift staff. They'll be able to take you there. So that's it. Thank you, everyone. Let's get started.